Hey everyone, welcome to Power BI feature playlist. So this is the first video in this playlist, and with this video I'm going to tell about a very cool premium feature recently added to the Power BI by the Microsoft, and that is called Git integration in Power BI. Okay. So let's proceed and check out the agenda that I set up for this video. So initially in this video, I'm going to talk about like what is Git and the purpose of it. And after that, we will get into the prerequisite for using Git integration feature in Power BI. And after that, we will take a look on some admin level setting for Git integration feature, which are newly added to the Power BI admin portal. And after that, we will get into the demo as well, where we will actually learn about like how to configure the Git integration in the Power BI. And later we will talk about some supported items and consideration and the limitations about this particular feature. So that's all I wanted to cover in this video. And let's begin with the first point. What is Git and purpose of it? Okay. So what is Git? Git is a code repository, and what is the purpose of it? The purpose of the Git repository is to backup and version control the work items. So developers generally, backup and version control their work item using the Git. Okay, so this is about the Git and the purpose of it. Now, since this Git is actually available in the Power BI, so where or how to use this Git in Power BI? We use the Git integration in the Power BI with the workflow, with the workspaces, not workflow. So we actually configure a workspace with the Git integration so that whatever the content which is there in the workspace can be backed up and the version control in the Git repo. So that's what the purpose of using the Git integration in the Power BI. Okay, so how it happens practically, that I'll showcase in this video itself, but later. Okay, before that, let's talk about the prerequisite for using the Git integration feature in the Power BI. So for that, let's go to the next slide. So with this slide, we should be knowing about like what is the prerequisite for using the Git integration. So prerequisite we need to be maintained at two level, DevOps level and the Fabric prerequisite, or you can think this Fabric as a workspace level or Power BI level. Okay, and at the DevOps level, what are the prerequisite that we need to focus on? An active Azure account register to the same user that is using the Fabric workspace. Okay, so the Power BI account, I mean the credential through which somebody logging into the Power BI account with a similar account, he should be logging into the DevOps as well. Okay, so and apart from that, since we wanted to back up the content into the Git repo, so the access also should be granted to this user to that repo so that he can do the backup and version control. Okay, so that's what these two prerequisites that need to be configured or should be there from the Azure DevOps prerequisite side. And after that, if I just talk about from the workspace prerequisite or Fabric prerequisite, or we can think this as a you know the licensing related prerequisite. So whoever wanted to use the Git integration feature, that person should be the part of the, that person should have the Power BI premium license, either or if that person is part of the Fabric capacity, then he should be able to use the Git integration feature. That Fabric capacity license is newly added to the Power BI. Okay, so if somebody is part of it, then that person can create the Fabric items. Okay, and additionally, the administrator has to enable a very basic permission in the Power BI admin portal tenant setting, and that is nothing but the Microsoft Fabric preview. Okay, so that setting is available in the admin portal, so admin has to enable it. Then only somebody can, or the users can actually create the Fabric item or can use the Git integration feature in the Power BI. Okay, so I'll show you this, setting in the admin portal when we talk about the admin level setting. So don't worry about that. So, but this is about all about the prerequisites that need to be set up before getting into the Git integration configuration. Okay, so let's get back to the agenda again. So we are done with the prerequisites. Now let's move into the admin level setting for Git integration feature. So for that, let's head over to my Power BI service quickly. So I am in the Power BI service now, and to access the admin level setting, we need to go to this gear icon, and we need to click on this admin portal. Okay, so this is where we are in the admin portal, and we are in the at the tenant level setting. This is a particular permission which is in the beginning itself, which is Microsoft Fabric preview. Okay, and this is a very basic permission that need to be turned on by the administrator, so that we can use the Git integration feature or create other Fabric items as well. Okay, so this is a very basic permission that need to be enabled. Apart from that, we have some more tenant level setting. At the bottom, you can see here Git integration, and these are the three different admin tenant level setting available, right? So first setting says that user can synchronize workspace item with their Git repository. So okay, so this setting actually turned on by default. You can look at here, it is turned on by default, and because of that only we will be able to configure a workspace with the Git integration. Okay, if this is turned off, then we will not be able to configure it also a workspace with the Git integration, and will not be able to back up anything at all. Okay, so that setting need to be turned on. Okay, now if we just go and talk about this one, the user can export item to Git repositories in other geographical location. So this is just to make sure that Git integration can happen across the region. So let's say your Power BI is in the different region, and your Azure DevOps is in different region. I mean the regions are different for both the services. Then in that case, if we wanted to still do the Git integration configuration, then that setting need to be turned on by the admin. As of now, you can see here by default this setting is not enabled, right? So if the case is like that, then this particular setting need to be turned on by the admin. Okay. Now let's go to the next one. User can export workspace items with applied sensitivity label to the Git repository. So this tenant setting basically related to the sensitivity label that might have on couple of items which may available in the workspace, right? So whenever that syncing will happen or backup will happen, that time for those item backup or syncing will happen, but without the sensitivity label. Okay, and that's why we have a warning message available to this particular tenant setting also, that which says that sensitivity labels assigned to workspace item are not included in the metadata files exported to the Git repository. Okay, so this setting is basically for the sensitivity level. Okay, ultimately, I would say there are four different settings which are related to uh, basically for Fabric items, and three basically for Git integration, and three for Git integration, and one very basic setting available for all the Fabric items, which is this one. Okay, so that need to be turned on. So that's it for all about the admin level setting that we have for the Git integration feature. So let's go back to the PPT now and go ahead with the demo. Okay. So in the demo, I wanted to showcase you how we can configure a workspace with the Git integration, so that whatever the content which are part of this workspace can be backed up into the Git repo. Okay, so let's move ahead to the Power BI service quickly. So I'll go to the workspace, and this is what the workspace that I am in, right? And this is the one content which is available in this particular workspace, which is nothing but the data set. So this is the workspace that I want to configure with the Git integration. Okay, so how to do that? Let's go ahead. Okay, so initially, we need to go to the workspace setting. So hit on this Eclipse button and click on this workspace setting. Okay, and we need to turn on this Git integration. Okay, so we need to go to this Git integration, and these are all the settings we has to do. But let's do one thing before that. Let's go to this DevOps, and let me show you whether do we have anything else available in the Git repo as of now. So this is the repo that I'll use or I'll configure in the workspace. And as you can see here, there's nothing at all available in this particular repo as of now, right? Let's go back to Power BI and let's do the configuration now. Okay, so I'll use the organization and the project and the you know Git repository that we created, right? And the branch. Okay, right? So that's all we need to configure while we are configuring the Git integration with Workspace. And the moment I will click on connect and sync, it should happen. Okay, and uh, that will happen because our Power BI and DevOps are hosted in the same region. Okay, if they are hosted in the different region, then Power BI admin has to enable that cross region tenant cross region Git integration setting at the tenant setting level. Okay, so that should happen from the admin side, but for time being, let's connect and sync. So the moment I clicked on it, you can look at here, I'm able to connect to the Git repository successfully, and you can see here a new status column has been added here, okay, and which is saying that this particular item has been synced successfully to the Git. Okay, so your content was synced. Okay, and since this is synced, I should be able to see this entry or this dataset definition in the repo. Okay, so let's go back to you know Azure DevOps. Let's validate that. So let me refresh the repo. The moment I refresh the repo, you can look at here the dataset definition has been created here, or exported here in the Git in the main branch. Okay, so that's how we actually configure the workspace with the Git repo. And now whatever the content will come into this workspace, it will be backed up in this particular Git repository. Okay, whatever we set up. Okay, and that's how the setup we actually do for Git integration with workspace. Okay, so that's how we do that. Now let's go back to PPT, and now let's talk about some supported items and consideration and limitations. So let's go back to the PPT. Okay, I'm already in PPT, so let's go back to the next slide. So in this slide, we mentioned some supported items that Git integration supports or can be backed up, and some consideration and the limitations also I just listed here. Okay, so these are the following items, reports, and the data sets which can be backed up or can kind of supported items. In the report, paginated report cannot be backed up. Okay, so these are kind of unsupported item for time being, and this is actually under the way. Okay, so but for timing these are not supported. Okay, in future they may support, but for time being not. Okay, and in similar way, the couple of data sets, kind of data sets, I mean the post data sets or live connected data sets are also kind of unsupported items for Git integration feature. Okay, so in the real time there might be a chance you might have the couple of paginated reports or live connection data sets, so those will not be backed up in the Git repo for time being, but they will be part of the workspace still, and they will be there in the workspace. They'll not be deleted at all. Okay, but they'll not be synced at all um, in the Git repo. Okay, so that's how it is for time being. Now, if I just talk about the consideration and the limitation, so currently only Git in Azure repo is supported, and this is one limitation, and Azure DevOps on-premise version is not supported yet. Okay, so this is the second limitation about this feature. Okay, so let's get back to the PPT. Sorry, agenda. So I am done from the agenda point of view, and done from the this video point of view as well. So that's it for this video, guys. In the next video, we will explore some more features with the Git integration feature. So please check this out as well. And if you really like this video, please subscribe to my channel. Thank you.